was about glorifying the man of God, would he have had the same reaction? Leave there, you liar. Tada! Hello and welcome back to my channel. If this is your very first video of me, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Nanya. Good to have you here. As humans, we need to understand that we cannot always be correct, even though it may seem very convincing that you are. And the church is the last place a person will want to feel so embarrassed and feel very worthless. This video is about Pastor Paul Eneche and one of his members who is a graduate and has a degree and has a BSc in law. Now this BSc cause problem. The lady came out to share her testimony and this is what ensued. Watch the video.
Graduated, like she said, the first person to back a degree in her family.
Degree in what?
In
What law? What's it called? What's the name of the degree? Like medicine is MBBS. Give her the name. What kind of degree is it? My medicine is MBBS.
BSc, sir. BSc in law, sir.
So the testimony is a lie. There is nothing like BSc in law. You either have LLB. Yeah, it's a lie. The testimony is a lie. Please go back to your seat. BSc in law. Is that how lawyers speak English? Please, anybody who comes to this altar to share a testimony that is not true, you do it at the risk of yourself. At the risk of yourself. We are not playing here.
Okay, I understand that this happened after there has been some allegations about a testimony coming from his church. And this was because of a minor who they said testified of being healed from kidney failure. So they are wondering, how did that happen? Who checked? Who saw that this was real? Who can confirm that this child was healed from this kidney, whatever? So I think that Pastor Paul may have done this in the bid to prove that he's not arranging testimonies or he's not letting people just come and say what they like. So maybe him questioning the woman was kind of now trying to like ask and let it not be as if anything people say goes. He now had to attack the woman and call her a liar. Now I have no issues with trying to confirm what someone is saying. In fact, I applaud that he made that effort. But number one, the timing and the manner with which it was done was very wrong. You let the person come on stage to interrogate the person. Was that what the session was about? Was that a testimony session or an interrogation session? If those questions were to be asked, they should have been asked at the backstage. The person who is vetting the people coming up. Okay, so you had a BSc. Oh, amazing. Can we see your results? What proof do you have that you graduated from this university? That is done at the back end, and then the person comes at the stage to give the testimony. Or let me even say that the lady was even lying. Is that the way, as a pastor, not even just as a pastor, as a human, is that the way to address another person? Was he out to create a scene or he was out to address the person? And with the way he kept moving unprovoked, looked as if he was a skit. How do you attack someone just like that? If you even felt she was lying, just call her and talk to her off the mic. Come on. If I'm that lady, I would have prayed that the ground would open for me to be swallowed by it. Because after that, like, how did she go back to her seat? I can imagine. And then after that humiliation, her testimony was true. I want to ask this question. If that lady came out and said, I went to my business and my business has been booming. I was promoted from level 1 to level 500 after pastor touched me and prayed for me and gave me holy water, holy anointing oil. Would he have reacted the same way? Think about it. There's even a similar story with Ebuka Obi of Zion Ministry, who had someone come to his church to testify about padlock and locking up people. And he said, "Yes, Pastor, I saw you. You appeared to me 3 times. You did this, you did that."
Like this key, I use it for many functions. I can padlock a person, you cannot go forward. I can padlock your car every day. You'll be taking the car to the mechanic. Stand up and shout fire. La, 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 la.
Are you sure that somebody did not pay you to come out here?
They pay me to come out here. You visited me in my dream 3 times. The first one, I saw you on the altar with crown on your head. You told me, "Come, my son, I will save you and I will help you."
Only for the guy to be exposed by, what church is that again? Chosen. Of how he was lying. The man is even a pastor in their church. So I can understand that people can lie unprovoked, but it's just the way Pastor Paul Eneche chose to go about it that is an issue. And guess what? After that service, some members would have gone home talking about, hey, Papa now has spiritual lie detector. Only for it to be false, just like Ebuka Obi's own happened. Anyway, back to Pastor Paul Eneche. You can obviously see that this woman is not young. And for her to graduate means that she went through adult education, weekend class, that kind of program. What's that thing even called in school again? There's a name it has. That may have been what she went through. And for someone that age to still be striving to have a BSc, it means that she's already working somewhere and just needs that certificate to boost her rep and maybe give her more opportunities. And funny enough, the lady is a policewoman. You can't compare that woman. Look at her now. She's not a young girl. You can't compare her to a 23-year-old graduate. So why is the way she spoke a basis for discrediting her testimony? And besides, the Bible tells us that God looks at the inward while man looks at the outward. If Pastor Paul judged her based on how she spoke and how she expressed herself, what does that tell you? The man is not God. So where can we say Pastor Eneche was operating from? From the flesh or from the spirit? You can answer the question for yourself. Don't take it too personal. I'm only asking an intelligent question. You answer for yourself. Now, the church has released a statement partially justifying, or would I say explaining the reason why the pastor did what he did. It's not an apology. A scenario was created on Sunday at the Glory Dome where Miss Anyim Vera Nnenna came out to testify how God helped her to graduate from the university, thus making her the first person to attain that feat in her family. These were the immediate triggers for the said scenario. First, listening to the testifier's expressions as it borders on basic spoken English conveys the impression that the minimum standard expectation of a graduate, especially a graduate of law, was not met as per VC that you are. Secondly, stating that she studied law for 10 years begged the question of what her degree actually was. Third, she was unable to state exactly what the correct degree of law was, which is LLB. Rather, she said it was a BSc in law, which is largely known as a law degree in Nigeria and possibly globally. This prompted the senior pastor to stop the testimony immediately as a product of a lie. However, relief came when it was later confirmed that she actually graduated from a university. It must be pointed out clearly here that embarrassing the testifier publicly with the attendant media frenzy was never intended. Whatever happened was under the spur of the moment. The action of the senior pastor was rather based on his and the church's aversion of seeming mediocrity and any appearance of truth. While we remain resolute in our passion for excellence, intolerance of mediocrity and falsehood, we wish to reiterate the fact that no harm or hurt was ever intended by the senior pastor against Miss Anyim Veronica. The senior pastor feels deeply concerned and has already reached out to her. As a commission, we regret every inconvenience, hurt, and embarrassment this unfortunate scenario has caused to Miss Anyim. We remain committed to her physical welfare as well as her spiritual growth. And I'll ask again, if God looks at the inward and man looks at the outward, where was Pastor Paul operating from when he addressed that lady? With the recent post from the lady, we can see that they've had a conversation with her behind the scenes. So I'm guessing maybe an apology had happened there, but we're still waiting for next week Sunday's public apology. When it happened earlier, these are the posts she made on Facebook. It's disheartening because I couldn't speak English like lawyers. I was labeled a liar for mistakenly saying BSc instead of LLB. Actually, I graduated with a third class at National Open University, Nigeria. The rejected stone has become the cornerstone. We're reminded not to look down on anyone. You can't imagine what I endured throughout the service. How shattered I must have felt to be disgraced by my spiritual leader in such a manner. I am number 2262 on the list. I, Vera, deserves better. And there was another post she made. Where is that again? The devil came to steal my testimony, but Jesus said no. So for the people, for the statement that they said no harm was intended by the senior pastor, was any harm done? Which is amazing. And there is a shocking revelation of how the woman is even a pastor in another church. And this was as at 2023, just last year. In April 2023, she was a pastor in another church. And in April 2024, she is a member in another church. Anyways, anything could have resulted to that anyway. So that was a very swift response from the pastors of Dunamis Church. And that could either say how sorry they were, or maybe because the situation gained large media attention, so they had to address it. Only God knows what the inspiration behind that was. The disadvantage of this thing that happened is that there are also some theorists that are going about saying that that this whole thing may have even been staged. That it may have been staged either with the lady as well, so she was well aware of what was going to happen, or he was just looking for the right person, the right scenario to exhibit his drama. There's this post I saw. Eneche stylishly used that woman to do disclaimer on his numerous miracles, especially the fake miracle on a minor with kidney disease. Now stunt Eneche used the lady do. Oh dear, he has succeeded in convincing the whole world not to hold him to any miracles that will be done in his church, albeit fake or real. Aluta continua. Scope aye. The lady acted well too. Stop saying she was embarrassed. No, she played a role. And also, a question I have is, why did the media take out that thing and post it online? Or was the video streamed online? It doesn't look like something someone recorded with a phone while it was going on. It looked like the actual recording from the church archives. What are the lessons to pick out from this? It's just to give people the benefit of the doubt until you have actually proven or actually confirmed that the person is lying. Just believe to a certain percentage or to a certain extent that the person is saying the truth. And that is because you cannot always be right. That's what your instincts are telling you. But that's the reason why I said, even though he thought that she was lying, the safe way to go about it would have been, lady, come. Let the next person who wants to share a testimony. Come and have a conversation with her. Instead of throwing questions at her, and some people have stage fright. Not everybody can address a crowd. And then to be put on the spot as well. Even people who are well educated, who speak English well, can go there and start misbehaving because of stage fright. Talk more of a person who maybe naturally before then she doesn't even know how to speak the English so well. Then you now put her on the spot and you expect her to think at the spur of the moment. Elderly woman graduates. You could have just given her the benefit of the doubt, like small, because if he did, he wouldn't have called her a liar with such audacity. He wouldn't have humiliated her to that degree. Treat others with respect because you do not know who it may be. You need to understand that anybody can be wrong, including that pastor that you highly exalt above God. That pastor can be wrong because a pastor is human. Only God's word is infallible. And this is the reason why you must turn away from the worship of men of God to the worship of God Himself, the creator of the men of God. And that's why I would say again, when going to church, when doing your business, when dealing with people, and when doing anything at all, you must have a functional brain, you must have a thinking mind, and you must have a discerning spirit. Have your personal relationship with God and stop looking for middlemen. Have pastors, but not middlemen with God. I hope that you're going to find something useful that you can resonate with in this video. Thank you for staying to the very end of this video. Leave a thumbs up on this video. Click on that like button right now before you leave. Also, leave your thoughts, leave your experiences, and leave your comments in the comment section concerning Pastor Paul Eneche and the BSc in Law graduate. And also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your post notification bell. The subscribe button is right below this corner so that you'll be the first to know whenever I post a new video. Thank you for watching and bye-bye. See the time, 1:42 a.m. This content creation is not for the faint-hearted.